This was one of the top sold music groups as well as the best kept secret in the music industry. This group paved the way for numerous similar groups to follow, including the Jacksons, the Silvers, and Sister Sledge, among many more, demonstrating that young people have both heart and soul. In the 60s and 70s, this group's beautiful, expressive music became the embodiment of youthful love and the voice of young America, demonstrating that you're never too young to love and dream. The centerpiece of today's video is all about the Burke family, aka the 5 Stairsteps. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The story begins in 1958 in Chicago, Illinois with a beautiful, skilled black family. Clarence Sr. and Betty Burke together had 6 children: Aloha, who was born in 1948, Clarence Jr., who was born in 1949, James, who was born in 1950, Dennis, who was born in 1952, Kenneth, who was born in 1953, and QB, who was born in 1964. Their father, Clarence Sr., was a Chicago detective who's also played the bass guitar for the group and managed and co-write their songs. Aloha, Clarence, and James all attended and graduated from John Marshall Harlan High School, whereas Dennis, Penny, and QB attended and graduated from Bennett High School. Growing up in Chicago couldn't be a nicer place to be at in the 60s. Chicago, alongside Detroit, was thriving in the music business. The group got its name from their mother, who believed that they looked like stairsteps when they was arranged according to age. Between the years of 1959 and 1964, the group played locally at churches, school activities, talent shows, and many other significant events. I'd like you to meet
Clarence Jr., Kenneth, James, Dennis, and Aloha.
After winning their first talent contest at the Regal Theater, the group got offered many contracts. The group's neighbor, who was a close friend as well as a member of the Impressions, Fred Cash, introduced them to Curtis Mayfield. After meeting with Mayfield, the group chose to sign with his label, Windy C Records. The group's first debut single was Don't Waste Your Time.
Don't waste your time. My love is taken, you'll easily find.
Followed by singles, You Waited Too Long,
I hope someday we can still be friends.
World of Fantasy,
Do, 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 do. It's a world of fantasy.
and Come Back.
Come back to me.
Music was not the family's sole ability. The Burke children was encouraged to follow their own unique interests. For an example, James was regarded as a very good painter, and he received scholarships and was named Artist of the Year by the Chicago Board of Education. In 1967, the group released 3 more singles with Danger, She's a Stranger, Ain't Gonna Rest,
Oh, the day you introduced your warm and tender lips to man, and then a spot within my heart which had a
and Ooh Baby Baby. That same year, the group released its debut album, which peaked at 139 on the Billboard 200 charts, and the group's second album, Our Family Portrait, had peaked at 195 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 20 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Over the next 2 years, the group grew to include their 5-year-old brother, and they changed their name to the 5 Stairsteps and QB. During these 2 years, the group released singles such as Something's Missing, 1 Million to One,
A million to one.
Don't Change Your Love,
Baby, this year I've been born.
Baby Make Me Feel So Good,
I long to know.
Stay Close to Me,
You have brought me so much joy. And
and We Must Be in Love.
I don't know why is it that I'm lonely for you.
Followed by the group's third album, Love's Happening, which peaked at 198 on the Billboard 200 charts. Now around this time, QB departed the group and they changed their names to the Stairsteps. In 1970 was a highly busy and successful year for the group, with the hits Because I Love You,
Might be seeing her. Well, darling, if that's what you've been heard.
Ooh Child,
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
and Dear Prudence. These singles was followed by 2 albums that was released that same year, with Stairsteps, that peaked at number 83 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 12 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Also the album Step by Step by Step, that peaked at 199 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. That next year the group released the single Didn't It Look So Easy,
Didn't it look so easy? Everlasting from the start.
followed by the album The Stairsteps. Aloha departed the group in 1972 to go on a spiritual journey, eventually attending college, graduating, and working at Emory University. By late 1972, the group disbanded, primarily to complete their schooling, while Clarence Jr. and Kenneth became section musicians. Clarence Jr., Kenny, Dennis, and James all rejoined to reform the Stairsteps in 1976. During this period, the group met Billy Preston, who connected them with George Harrison of the Beatles, who signed the group to his Dark Horse record label. The group released their last album as the Stairsteps, named Second Resurrection, followed by a top 10 R&B hit with the song From Us to You.
This is a song from us to you, written for those.
By mid-1977, the group had dissolved. While Kenny stayed with the label where he published his debut album, Kenny also became a Desired Section bassist, contributing to many recordings by Sly and the Family Stone, Natalie Cole, The Emotions, The Four Tops, Diana Ross, and Curtis Mayfield, to mention a few. Meanwhile, Clarence Jr. collaborated with producer Alex Mancucci to establish a group. Clarence didn't want to record without his brothers, so he convinced them, alongside keyboardist Dean Grant and Steve Ferrone, to create the Invisible Man's Band. During the early 80s, the group released 2 albums, including a self-entitled album that peaked at number 90 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 19 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums chart. In 1980, featured a last charted single with the song All Night Thing.
Hollywood stands jam down. Ooh, child, it's a crowd now.
In 1981, Clarence Jr. and Masushi founded Seduction Productions. After the group's second album flopped, the group decided to split in 1983. Kenny signed a solo deal with RCA Records in 1981, where he created his self-entitled album that included his most noteworthy hits, Let Somebody Love You, and You're the Best.
We're wailing for your respect. It's the best.
In In 1982, he released the album Changes that included his biggest solo hit, Rising to the Top.
I know we're doing everything.
Now, this song inspired the hit song of the summer of 1982 with the Mary Jane Girls. It was also sampled by many artists such as LL Cool J's Around the World, Dougie Fresh, Keep It Rising to the Top,
Yeah. You know why? Cause there's a Get Fresh crew. Yeah.
and Mary J. Blige, Love No Limit.
Baby, there's no need to tell ya. As far as I can clearly recall, my love has been here for you.
Clarence Jr. sadly passed away on May 26, 2013 at the age of 64. Hubie sadly passed away on May 14, 2014 at the age of 49. Dean Grant sadly passed away on April 25, 2020 at the age of 67. Clarence Singer sadly passed away on July 16, 2020 at the age of 90. And James sadly passed away on February 19, 2021 at the age of 70. Now, as of this recording, the 5 Stairsteps has not been included into anyone's Hall of Fame. Before we go, I have a couple questions for you guys. What Hall of Fame do you think the 5 Stairsteps deserve to be in? Also, what is your favorite song from the 5 Stairsteps?